As many of us expected, yesterday Trump officially announced his 2024 campaign for president, despite many Republicans criticizing him for the timing of the announcement and questioning whether he is still the best person to lead the party. In addition to the criticism he's receiving from the right, there are also those on the left who are welcoming his return, as they believe his endorsements helped the Democrats in last week's midterms, and his presence in the 2024 election would likely do the same. Trump's announcement was generally received poorly for other reasons as well, as many were taken aback by how subdued it was. The term low energy was mentioned quite often, a phrase that Trump himself has often used to describe those who opposed him. Apparently, Trump's announcement was so low-key that he was even boring some of those in attendance. Media outlets reported that a few audience members actually got up to leave before Trump was finished, but were prevented from doing so by security personnel. On a slightly humorous note, Trump came up with a new catchphrase with his words, "Make America Great and Glorious Again." This would transform MAGA into some variation of MAGAGA, or perhaps MAGAGA. Of course, it's not known at this time if MAGAGA is related in any way to Lady Gaga, but if we see Lady Gaga show up at a future Trump rally, we'll have our answer. I'll let you know if I find anything out on that front. More seriously, though, Trump stated that America's golden age is just ahead, demonstrating again how important gold is in his eyes. I mentioned in a previous video how gold is tied directly to the antichrist and the number 666, and I'll put a link to that video up top in case you missed it. While Trump has been getting roundly blasted in recent days, Trump supporters, for their part, could not be happier. For nearly 2 years, they have pined for his return, with some even holding on to the convoluted theory that he could be reinstated as president at almost any time. Now, however, they have something tangible in front of them to hold on to, as Trump's road back to power has officially begun. In their eyes, America needs a savior, and no, that savior isn't Jesus Christ, it's Donald J. Trump. Meanwhile, political pundits are debating whether Trump really can pull off this comeback to become the 47th president of the United States. Just like in 2016, many of them are underestimating Trump's willingness to do or say anything to win. They also do not seem to understand the one thing that motivates Trump. You see, Trump is fueled by something that very few of us are, an overwhelming thirst for vengeance. His desire for revenge against those he feels wronged him is so strong that he will not allow anything to stand in his way. In fact, Trump's extreme vindictiveness is already a known quantity. Trump has often talked about striking back at his enemies 10 times harder than they hit him, and he has even bragged of destroying the careers of Republicans who oppose him. The truth is that those who are doubting Trump's ability to rise yet again have forgotten what happened just a few short years ago in the 2016 Republican primary, when many thought of him as a long shot at best. The 2016 Republican primary was said to be filled with an unusually strong field of viable candidates for president, and yet Trump so viciously attacked and destroyed them that afterwards they could best be described as roadkill. And just like in 2016, where candidates such as Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham initially declared how reprehensible Trump was, only to later come crawling back to his throne, so will his potential 2024 rivals eventually acquiesce. Trump will do the same to any Republican who dares stand in his way, including Ron DeSantis. He simply doesn't care if he has to completely destroy the GOP in order to once again rebuild it in his own image. To paraphrase the old Leslie Gore song, it's Trump's party, and he'll destroy it if he wants to. One other side effect of Trump announcing now is that he perceives it as a preemptive move against possibly being indicted by the Department of Justice. If and when that happens, Republicans will once again coalesce around Trump under the banner of political persecution. Despite rumors that the Department of Justice would announce indictments against both Trump and Hunter Biden on the same day in order to downplay accusations of playing politics, any indictment at all against Trump would all but assure that he will be the Republican 2024 nominee. Make no mistake about it, when Trump wins the Republican primary, which he unquestionably will, he will likely face a Democratic opponent who is eminently beatable. Even if Trump somehow loses in 2024, he won't hesitate to drag this country into a civil war with his claims of a stolen election. For those of us who understand that Trump perfectly matches the biblical description of the Antichrist, this is the time for staying strong. This is the time to draw close to God in prayer, now more than ever. Because considering how vile and vindictive Trump is, it won't be long before we are his targets. Thanks for watching, and if videos on Bible prophecy and specifically the Antichrist are of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss future updates. If you care to leave a comment, please do. As always, kindly be respectful in any comment you leave, especially towards those with whom you disagree. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon.